working on the KCS rail line. Well, Katie was the girl down the street.
Alright, boys and girls, let's get it. Leaving the crib now. Alright, just left Phoenix. Now I'm heading past Superior, going to the creek. And yeah, we're going to be out here for 2 days. I'm going to set traps today, leave them overnight, and then tomorrow I'm going to pull them babies. And when I'm not setting traps or counting fish, I'm going to be underwater trying to get footage of loach, minnow, recording the Sonora sucker and desert sucker and roundtail chub that I catch, and just exploring the canyon. Now, whenever you go out into the field, you should really always be stretching anywhere you go, especially if you're gonna be hiking over cobbles in a place like Aravaipa for miles on end. You want everything to be loose, you want to be limber. A lot of people think it's not cool to stretch, but you want to know what's not cool? Tearing something, rolling your ankle, straining your back. Chances are that if you've done what you're supposed to and got ready before, you're not gonna get hurt. Or if you do get hurt, it's not gonna be as bad. And plus, when you get to be my age, you want to still be able to do stuff like this. And if you can't do that, you really want to be able to do stuff like this. So, stretch, you fish biologists. Don't get hurt out there. Be a good neighbor, like they said. Yeah, Aravaipa Canyon Wilderness. This is the start of the trailhead. I'm just now hopping in. And yeah, all right, time to do a little bit of exploring. Yeah, so we haven't had like a good flood at Aravaipa in a few years now. So all of these cottonwood saplings that will land on these banks have been sprouting, and you know, usually a flood will come through and wipe a lot of these out, but we have whole little sections where there's just, you know, 2 to 7 foot cottonwoods sprouting all throughout here. It's very cool to see, actually. And then not so cool to see are these guys. They're one of the few invasive plant species found at Aravaipa. So these are the cockerburrows. And cockerburrows are an invasive plant species. They have these seed pods, and these seed pods will break off and get attached to about anything they can. So you can see they attach to clothing, they'll attach to animals, they'll attach to just about anything. They'll carry them off, or they'll float down the river, and then they'll settle and sprout other places. But these are one of the invasive plant species that we have to deal with at Aravaipa. Here we have another invasive species, the cattails. We have the male and female ends right here, so these guys are reproducing right now. And this is another one of the invasive species we have in Arizona. Next to some of our native species though, which is the horsehair, and this is a very beautiful species. If this is present, you usually know that you have a healthy ecosystem. On my walk out here, I prayed and asked that I would see a snake or see a lot of different snakes, a lot of different animals. Find that if you like say these things and say you're gonna see them, you'll find these things. This is really cool. I just stumbled upon a gopher snake, so let's go over and check this guy out. That is just a beauty. And I mean, I would have dang near walked right across this guy. Huge. I mean, this dude's probably every bit of, let's say like 4 feet. And you can see with these gopher snakes, they resemble rattlesnakes a lot of times. So you can see he kind of pulls his head up, tries to bring it in like a rattlesnake would. And you know, they do have similar coloration, and their tail, you know, that he's gonna act like a rattlesnake right now. And their tail kind of has the same pattern as a rattlesnake would. It's just, you know, without the rattles. But this is a very beautiful snake. Let's get in a little bit closer and we're gonna try to catch this guy. Look at that guy. How beautiful. Okay, so got my hands on this big guy. And I mean, he's a rowdy one for sure. I'm not gonna hold on to him for too long. Kind of looks like he wants to go, but man, what a beauty this guy is. And you know, not venomous at all. And like I was telling you, his tail does kind of resemble some of those rattlesnakes. Just a beautiful guy. I do want to get a picture of him, so I'm about to stop recording him and just let him go. This is a ruin that I found last time I was here, so let's go inside and check it out. The thing that really captured my attention was, of course, you know, like the cave opening from the bottom, but also just the blackened roof. Usually if there's a black roof, it means that they were having fires in here, so it's a good disclaimer that it's a ruin. I've been here a couple times. I found it on one of my trips out to Aravaipa, but here's some of the stuff I found like on the ground, and I just put it up in here. Just had some similar markings. This is just another piece of pottery. It's plain though. And then I also found this guy today, a really intact snake skin I found under a little cove. So for how big it is, it's either got to be a rattlesnake or a gopher snake, but I found that a little bit away from the ruin too, so I just came and put it in here. If you do find this place, oh, snake skin moved. If you do find this place, don't take anything, you know, just leave it. This pottery was around here, so I just put it inside. Some of it was outside, so I just figured it would like help with the weathering, and I thought it would look cool in here. Yeah, this is the first ruin that I've personally found here. I hope to find some more. Alright, now that the work's done for the day, time to put the snorkel on and see if we can't go find some fish.
Well, I took her to a dance on the 4th of July, hoping she might fall in love with me. Well, the band started playing right at 9. Firecrackers popped in the sky. We danced and we danced, Lord, I never had a chance. Well, I got canned on the 5th of July, and we left at the moonlight. I said goodbye in the gray light of dawn. Yes, the girl of my dreams each change just like the leaves. The red oaks in the Comanche wind. Well, they scatter and they fall where the land I can't recall. Oh, will I ever
Today was pretty sweet. Just got back to the truck and whipped myself up some ramen. But it was a good day. Saw a decent amount of wildlife. I saw the longest gopher snake I've ever seen in my life. That guy was huge. I went to catch him. He snapped at me the first time, but after that he was pretty chill. Held him for a little while. Got to swim with a bunch of juvenile desert sucker and young deer. Haven't really been able to film them too well yet. Filmed some loach minnow and swam with them for a little bit. Went back to the ruin that I found and kind of just did a decent amount of exploring. Tomorrow we're gonna go out, do a little bit more exploring, and then get back to the concrete jungle we call home. Anyways, cheers. Now we are next to the beautiful mine, which is, you know, causes a lot of other problems, but not hating on mining, you know. Mining's good for some things, but usually not for wildlife. So with that, we're gonna go get some food in Superior and head back to Phoenix. See ya.